So I decided that I want to do a book review on a book, Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. And let me tell you a story why I personally want to read this book. So I read the book around maybe 3 months ago, roughly. And I read the book because I saw it on, by the time 3 months ago, I had the TikTok on my phone, and I saw this book. A lot of people recommend the book if you're like in hard times, or if you're like depressed, or not depressed, but you're not in that point in life. And I decided, oh, maybe I should give it a shot. So I did. I shot this book. It doesn't cost that much. It says like $12, 12 US dollars it costs, but probably, yeah, I bought something around $12, and but I can assure you that for the $12 you get a lot new wisdom, and it was definitely worth more than $12 if I'm being honest with you. So, and it helped me a lot in a way. It changed my perspective on life. It changed how I think in just in a regular day life, and yes, I can tell you what was this heartbreaking to me, or what really touched my heart from this book. And a lot of people call this book repetitive, or they call it just repetitive. That's a lot of points that just repeat itself, and it's boring. But I guess for me it was more like, oh, I read this before, and it actually sticks in your head. It's not like you read it once and you forgot it like right after. So you read it, and the same idea repeats maybe 5 times in this book, and it's actually, for me, it was a big plus, big con, because it just sticks in your head more, and it like glues to your brain. And those, for me, it was like around 7 like main points, but I'm gonna tell you like some of them. So first one was about judgment, because people nowadays, they say they are in a lot of pain, or they in whatever, like psychological pain. But what he said, he was a Roman emperor, and he for sure knew about power and about pain, about everything. He had a higher position than most of us people do. So his point was, remove the judgment and you remove the pain. So it only our internals gives us pain, and it only pains us in a way. Those external events, they can't have a, how do you even say it? They cannot have effect on our soul, because it happened externally, not internally. So it was a good point, and I really was like reading it. I was like, it's actually a good point, because if I just change my perspective from what external did wrong to maybe another perspective that it doesn't matter that much, and the pain in itself must be gone. So it was my favorite point from this book, if I'm being honest. And then he was always talking about death, because he was writing this book, Meditations, in his late years. Maybe I don't even remember. I said maybe from his like 40s. I don't really remember, if I'm being honest. I might be wrong, but yeah. So he was ready to depart, and he was always saying, "Don't be scared of death, and don't be scared of whatever may come, because nobody knows what's going to happen tomorrow," or anything like. I don't really scared of death, and I mean, that was a good point, but that wasn't like, brain changing or whatever. The third point that I wanna tell is he thought that if if you believe it's possible, if it's humanly possible, then it's within your reach, something like that. And basically saying that if you really believe it, if you really want, then for you everything will be possible. And that was a good point, because he was a man of high rank, and really saying this was inspirational, if I might put it into words. The fourth point I have written on my notebook is it's you either teach or you tolerate. No, you don't go around gossiping, or you don't go around complaining about whatever. Let's say, for example, you just don't like other people's behavior, and you go to wherever friends, and you don't like other people behavior, and you go to your friends and you start to gossip about their behavior and how they doing wrong and how you don't like him. But what he said is you either teach those people or you just tolerate it. You don't go to other person to other persons to the other folk to just gossip about what other people did wrong. That was a good point to me, because it wasn't, again, I knew something about something like that, but not 100%. But that was a confirmation for him that it was a good point that I had. Fifth is wait, hold on. Oh yeah, wrongdoer does wrong to himself. So what does it mean? If you do some other people wrong, it's actually you doing wrong to your soul. So you hurt your soul. No, it doesn't mean that you done wrong to them, because what is hurt is your ethics, and your soul is hurt by doing wrong to other people. So he says, if you do wrong to other people, you do wrong to yourself. So that means it's like a mirror. He didn't say that this is a mirror, but that's what I say. He told that wherever you do to other people, you're basically doing to yourself. So there's like a mirror effect. If you hurt other people, you're going to get hurt, and if yeah, that's basically what that basically was his point. And I really like that. It was like my probably second favorite point that he had from the book, and I really enjoyed this point. And the sixth one I have, the last one. There's definitely a lot more, discussions that we can have. Not six like main points, but you kind of have to read it for yourself if you really want to know what's there more to learn, because that's only from my perspective. That's only what helped me. Maybe you will find something better that will suit you better than my opinion. And the sixth one is we are all social beings. He was talking about kinship. I guess it was kinship, it was the word, because I don't really know the word. That we all, like a brotherhood, that we all are connected, and you should really love your surroundings, really love your social circle. Go outside, meet people, because they are your friends. And that's basically what was he saying about that you should have a tolerance for the people around you, and you should have a patience for them, and really enjoy being around those people. So I really love this book. Probably one of my favorite books, if I'm being honest. I put it at 10 out of 10, no doubt. That's for a fact. And I really enjoy reading this. Let's talk about likes and dislikes. I don't really have any dislikes about this book. It was relatively easy to read. It was because in the Penguin Classic, there's notes here to explain what he said, and for me, it was a really great book. Really enjoyed it, so I give it 10 out of 10. Not so many dislikes. If I'm being honest, I don't know what you can do better for this book. I really don't. So mm, yeah, would I recommend this book? Definitely. I would definitely recommend this book to everybody, and it's a great read. You know, for me it wasn't repetitive. For me it was, you know, building brick by brick, like repeat everything and remember it for the rest of your life. So definitely recommend this read, and maybe I'll do some book reviews. Maybe I'll do like read some more reads on just separate points, like separate read for separate point. But I don't know. I got a lot of ideas to do, and you will see.